Black Hollow was a forgotten town, shrouded in mist and silence. At its edge stood the Widow's Lament, a dilapidated Victorian mansion, its paint peeled like scabs. Windows were vacant eyes, the front porch sagged, weary from time and neglect. Locals whispered of the widow. They said she still roamed the halls, mourning her lost love. Emma, Jake and Sarah arrived at dusk. Friends since childhood, they craved adventure. They craved proof of the supernatural. The Widow's Lament, with its grim history, seemed the perfect place. They parked their car, a splash of colour against the drab landscape. Excitement, tinged with apprehension, filled the air. The front door creaked open, a reluctant maw. Dust motes danced in the faint moonlight filtering through grimy windows. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of decay. Emma shivered, a prickle of unease crawling up her spine. Jake, ever the skeptic, scoffed, his voice echoing in the oppressive silence. Sarah, ever the pragmatist, unloaded supplies from her backpack. They explored the house, each room a portrait of neglect. Cobwebs draped the furniture like ghostly shrouds. Floorboards groaned under their weight. In the parlour, a gramophone sat covered in dust. Sarah reached out, her fingers tracing the faded inscription on its side. The air grew colder, a sense of dread settled over them. Nightfall brought a deeper darkness to Black Hollow. The friends huddled around a flickering lantern, their earlier bravado waning. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, soft, mournful sighs that sent chills down their spines. Jake tried to rationalize the sounds, blaming the wind, the old house settling. But even he felt a growing unease. The temperature plummeted, their breath formed icy clouds in the air. The lantern sputtered, casting grotesque shadows that danced and writhed. Then, the gramophone in the parlour began to play. A haunting melody, filled with sorrow and despair, filled the air. The friends exchanged terrified glances. This was no trick of the wind. The Widow's Lament was alive. A cold mist began to seep from the walls, coalescing into the shape of a woman. Her face, obscured by the shadows, held an expression of profound sadness. The temperature plummeted further, the air growing thick with the stench of damp earth and decay. The friends were paralysed with fear, their blood turning to ice in their veins. The spectral figure glided towards them, her voice a mournful whisper that seemed to claw at their sanity. They scrambled to their feet, their cries echoing unanswered in the haunted house. They ran through the endless hallways, the widow's chilling laughter echoing behind them. They finally reached the front door, but it wouldn't open. They were trapped. The next morning, the car sat empty outside the house. The friends were never seen again. Locals claimed to hear their screams echoing in the wind. The Widow's Lament stood silent, its dark windows watching, waiting for its next victims. The house, it seemed, always claimed what it was owed. Black Hollow remained, a silent testament to the horrors that lurked within its borders.